I disinvited my adopted sister from my wedding. I am the youngest of 2 children. My parents always wanted a big family, but they had a string of miscarriages, so they turned to adoption. They had a baby girl through a closed adoption. 7 months after they adopted my sister, they conceived me. My parents said I was their miracle baby. For context, my parents and I are white. My sister is Hispanic and black. Growing up, my sister and I were best friends. We did everything together, and people said we acted like twins. We stayed best friends into adulthood, until she found her biological family. At first, I was happy for her. My sister always said that she felt like something was missing, and finding her family seemed to be the missing piece. But then she started to treat my parents differently. She would constantly berate them for choosing to adopt, because she said adoption, especially transracial adoption, was wrong. She said that the experience was traumatizing to her, and that she wasn't properly prepared for being a POC due to their color blindness. I stayed out of it, because her relationship with my parents wasn't my business. But when she made my mom cry after a particularly cruel remark, I started distancing myself from her. For context, she said that they should have gotten therapy for their infertility, instead of becoming baby snatchers. Even though we weren't friends anymore, I couldn't imagine severing the relationship. And I definitely couldn't imagine disinviting her from my wedding. She was the one who introduced me to my fiancé after all. So I told myself that she was my sister no matter what, and kept her as my maid of honor. I changed my mind after she posted a picture of herself with her biological siblings. She captioned it, "It's been such a relief to find my real family. I finally feel like I'm home." I was beyond upset. I never, ever thought of her as anything less than my sister. But apparently, I was never a sister to her. I didn't trust myself to call her, so I sent a text. "Since you don't see me as your real sister, there's no reason for you and her boyfriend's name here to come to my wedding." I blocked her number after that. She blocked me on everything in response. Our mutual friends are telling me that she's calling me a racist. I don't think there's any way to come back from this. I'm heartbroken about losing my sister, and I'm heartbroken that I never had one in the first place. Update: I disinvited my adopted sister from my wedding. Someone asked for context about the miracle baby comment, and a different commenter said I should add the response to the post. It makes both of us super uncomfortable. My parents think adopting my sister put my mom in the right state of mind to successfully carry a baby. They've called my sister the best thing to ever happen to them, because she not only gave them a child, but a whole family. We talked this morning. One of our mutual friends asked me to unblock my sister on her behalf. I called her and we had a long conversation about everything. I apologized for blocking and disinviting her without talking to her first. She apologized for being hurtful in the post. She is going to delete the posts calling me a racist, and publicly apologize for calling me one. We agreed to keep each other blocked on social media, because it will only lead to hurt feelings otherwise. She is still coming to my wedding, but not as the maid of honor. We're not back to where we were, but my sister says that this is a good thing. Now that we got all our feelings out into the open, we can build a healthier and stronger relationship. Thank you for all the DMs. They helped me articulate myself while also staying sympathetic to her point of view. Update: the people telling me not to reconcile were right. After my last post, I got comments and DMs saying that I shouldn't have reconciled with her. I should have listened. Yesterday, my parents offered to treat us to dinner. I couldn't make it, but my sister decided to go. From what my mom told me, the topic of my sister's adoption came up. They got into a fight about it in the middle of a crowded restaurant. It ended after my sister said that my parents should have accepted that their miscarriages were a sign from God that they weren't meant to be parents. For context, my parents are very religious. Growing up, they told us that God got them through the heartbreak of those miscarriages. My parents aren't perfect, but they didn't deserve that. Nobody does. I'm tired of making excuses for my sister. I'm tired of being sympathetic to her trauma when she weaponizes it to hurt others. I'm done. I should have been done after the baby snatching comment. She's not in my life anymore, and I'm trying to convince my parents to do the same. I sent her one final text that said, "I can't believe you would say that to Mom. What the heck is wrong with you? Don't contact me again. Go be with your real family, and leave us the hell alone."